Hey there, my name's Curtis Lucas, and you're watching Empire Building. So with today's price action in the market, I'm sure all of us shared in a collective sigh of relief. All the Bitcoin mining stocks surged, but we're not out of the woods yet. I'm sure many of you, just as I have been keeping a close eye on this downward consolidation wedge that we've been in ever since we topped out at almost $42,000. The good news is nothing we have seen so far is anything out of the ordinary. In fact, this is almost a textbook example of what happened the very first time Bitcoin corrected during the 2017 bull run. So far, with one exception. The consolidation wedge that formed during the 2017 bull run broke to the downside, leading Bitcoin substantially lower. But it didn't stay down there long. That capitulation only lasted a few days. With the sudden rally that we've witnessed over the past few days in Bitcoin, it has got me feeling pretty bullish, and maybe even a little overly optimistic that we might actually break through this thing. Maybe we already have by the time you've seen this video. Right now it's almost midnight, January 28th. Bitcoin rallied all the way up to that downward trend line and was yet again refused. Could we yet again fall all the way back down to that lower support? It's possible. I've seen that some people in the comments are still expecting that these stocks will drop substantially lower from here. Of course, anything is possible, but you may not want to entirely rely on that strategy. I mentioned earlier last week that I entered my very first options contract, and that expires tomorrow. The strike price on that contract was $21.50. To be clear, these were call options. So if by tomorrow the stock price for Mara is not above $21.50, then those contracts are going to expire worthless. This is a good example of how risky options contracts can be, especially if they're extremely short term. You can make a lot of money off them, or you can be left holding nothing. You don't even get a bag. But which way, up or down, do I believe Bitcoin will actually break out of this consolidating wedge? I truly do believe that it is more likely that we will break to the upside here. But even if I'm wrong and we do break to the downside, there is a distinct possibility that that might actually happen over the weekend. And that capitulation will occur so quickly that by the time you get an opportunity to make a move on it, come Monday morning, that opportunity would have already passed you by. Unless you're trading actual Bitcoin, you're at the mercy of market hours. I checked the date on the bottom break of that last consolidating wedge at the exact same time back in 2017, and it just so happens that, yeah, that happened over the weekend. By the time Monday rolled around, the price had fully recovered and then skyrocketed from there on. And this is why I say relying on moves like that may not be the best strategy. Because even if you get it right, you can still get it wrong. And you also have no clear guarantee how much that type of drop is actually going to affect these stocks. Now, obviously, for my own selfish reasons, I'm just left with a hope and a prayer that at least at some point tomorrow during trading hours, the price of Mars stock manages to find itself above $21.50. That will provide me with the opportunity I need to exit that short-term position and sell those contracts without them being worthless.
Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
I am far more confident in the other 100 contracts I was able to purchase expiring March 19th, which is currently up 60% from when I purchased it. These have a strike price of $24 with a whole lot more time to run. I managed to pick these call options up at $3.20 during the mass hysteria that we experienced last week when everybody was freaking out over this double spend that never happened. I was also hoping to pick up 100 contracts expiring in 2022 with a strike price of, I think it was $40. I had a limit order around $5, but it never got picked up. I'm still interested in picking up some of those much longer term call options, but I'm just going to have to wait for another moment of panic to slide into that. The good news is there will be plenty moments of panic in these stocks as time goes on. And even if those contracts do expire worthless tomorrow, it's not like I'm going to get wrecked. As a percentage of my overall holdings, it's still quite small. Although I did double down on those quite extensively today when the market pulled back just before the close.
Yeah! Got the Holy Spirit.
So anyways, I just thought I'd update you on exactly what's going on with those options trades that I picked up. I'm excited to see exactly what those 100 contracts are going to be able to turn into by the 19th of March. I have no idea where the price will be by then, but I'm pretty confident we'll find ourselves above $24. But before I wrap this up, I just wanted to comment on what's been going on with this whole Robinhood and GameStop and Wall Street Bets situation. First off, I just gotta say, I don't have a dog in this fight. I've been on Wall Street Bets many times, but it's more for entertainment purposes. But the events that have been unfolding over the last few days has really captured my attention along with everybody else. And I've started to do a little bit of research into this, and I'm definitely going to be covering this in a video quite soon, because there are some important aspects to this situation that I think is important for investors to understand. I totally understand the anger that many people are feeling towards these establishments. Even Robinhood, that sold itself as the discount brokerage for the little guy. Tempers are certainly running high right now, which is the main reason why I won't go anywhere near any of these stocks. But there is definitely more going on here than meets the eye. Having said that, I do think a lot of the anger that people are feeling toward these organizations is completely and totally understandable and with merit. But over vilifying these organizations for taking some of the actions that they have also might be a little bit premature. But one thing that I've been able to establish is that no matter how you look at it or what information people rely on to reinforce their viewpoint, no matter what side you're on, all of these issues could be resolved with blockchain technology. I'm actually really excited about this topic, but I definitely want to make sure I do it justice, so it's going to be another one of my deep dive videos. And with any luck, I may be able to even tap into some of these organizations and get direct responses from them. But all the same, that's really all I have to share about it right now. I just want to let you all know what I'm working on behind the scenes. That way it can just give you something else to look forward to. But that's all for this one. Now let's get back to empire building.